Hey world, quick sermon real quick. The end times. Glory to King Jesus, never go to me. You have to understand that the end times is here. This is Revelations. The Bible is unfolding before the world's eyes. So you have to love each other unconditionally. You have to forgive each other wholeheartedly. Don't hold no anger and animosity and be spiteful of one another and being bitter about things. You have to let go and let God drive in your life. You got to stop trying to take control of the wheel. This is the last world. There's nothing else after this. God told Noah he will destroy the earth, not by water, but fire next time. And that's the promise of the rainbow. So always remember, whatever God does, the devil tries to imitate and bring you a copy, not the original thing. So, coming out of Revelations chapter 6, verse 1 to verse 8, talks about the four horsemen: white, red, black, and pale. Now, the white horse has a crown and a bow and comes to conquer. So, you have wars happening and everything. Everyone's trying to conquer this territory, this perimeter, this area, what's going on in the world, wars and fighting and so forth. And then you have red. You have the red horse takes away the peace and kills by the sword. So people have no peace in their life no more. People are angry, people are miserable, and so forth. And then you have the black horse, which comes in with balance, weighing things out, weighing your options out in life. Allow God in heaven to weigh your options out in life and not yourself. Always ask for his direction. God, what do you want me to do? Jesus, Holy Spirit, what do you want me to do? Just as it says in the scriptures, Psalms 37:23, a good man's steps are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. So as long as God, King Jesus, Yeshua, is ordering your footsteps, everything will be fine. But if you want to do your own thing, it may not end out so good. James 4:6, God give grace unto the humble, but he resists the proud. He resists. That means he stays low, far away from proud people. That's one of the 7 daily sins. And he gives you grace. You know, he gives us grace and mercy every day. Grace is kindness, love, affection, compassion. You know, give you something that you don't deserve. You know, mercy. He forgives us, or withholding a punishment. So he gives us grace and mercy every day, waking us up in the morning, allowing us to go to sleep peacefully at night. Everybody don't make it the next day. People don't wake up in the morning. Some people go to sleep and that's it. That's the truth. And then you have the pale horse, the last horse, which is death riding it and hell follows. So nothing but destruction and sadness and evilness and hurt and anger and different things is just non-existing. Death. A person, an individual, doesn't exist no more. These are the end times. Everyone's focused on Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Focus on King Jesus. Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else should be added unto you. So if you put God number one in your life, King Jesus, then your heart desires and everything you're working towards will happen. But you always have to remember, God in heaven blesses people and the devil blesses people. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. You got to read, you got to study, got to understand what you're reading in the Bible, in the scriptures. People interpret things differently, but you have to understand what you're reading and pray. You have to read the Bible spiritually, not physically. Read it spiritually, you'll understand. You read it physically, you will not understand. So 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. I mean, I could just not say it, but, some people don't know. So, be vigilant, be sober-minded, for yourselves know the devil come about as a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. I said be vigilant and be sober-minded. Be vigilant. Know what's going on. Be alert. See what's going on around you. Be on point. Be diligent in the way you move and do things. Be sober-minded. Don't be drunk. Don't be high. Don't be intoxicated, not knowing what's going on. Because everything has spirits in it. Weed, drinking, smoking, cigarettes, everything. So, and spiritually, cigarettes are snakes. So you're inhaling snakes in your body. Weed is a portal, which is demons take you to a whole nother realm. Alcohol does the same thing with your whole mind. Everything. So these are the last days. Everybody's obsessed with their own heart desires, but not what God desires, what he has for you. You got to put God number one, y'all. These are the end times. It's not a joke. Forgive your family, friends, your enemies, whoever done you wrong. Don't hold bitterness in your heart. Don't do it. Because God will not allow you to be in the kingdom of heaven. And you have to understand the devil is looking every day 24/7. There's no sleep in the spiritual realm. There's no such thing as time or day and night. It's just an ongoing process. So you have to stay vigilant. You have to stay sober-minded. You have to stay determined. Got to stay determined. You got to have a drive, a love, a passion, a burning fire for King Jesus. You have to really want God's heart, as David did. So all the people in the scriptures in the Bible, they all had a story. There was robbers, tax collectors, murderers, prostitutes, every kind of low standard in life you could think, but God still used them for his mighty glory. We make plans, but God decides. So you have to put God number one in everything you do. 1 Corinthians 10:31, whatever you do it all for the glory of God, not for yourself. The world is filled up of the 7 deadly sins: greed, pride, envy, sloth, wrath, gluttony, lust, and not filled up of the 9 fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, kindness, gentleness, self-control, faithfulness, patience. And that's the truth. And humbleness. You have to humble yourself. Nobody knows it all. Nobody. Only God in heaven knows it all. So if you're willing to learn, you're willing to grow. The more you know, the more you'll grow. But you have to study the right things. You have to apply things to your life. You can't just, faith without work is dead. You can't have all the faith in the world and put no work in, no effort. Nothing's going to happen. These are the end times. Ask yourself, search your own heart. Search your heart. Ask God to reveal things to you. What's your purpose? What's your purpose in life? What's your gifts? What's your talents? What are you good at? What are you not good at? Work on them.